Bike review time. This is good. Got my cerveza, the Virgin looking over me, and we're doing all right. So this is my Specialized Enduro comp. I bought this bike used. This is my budget bike buy. And I guess this review is twofold. A, I'm reviewing the bike, and then two, I'm reviewing the used bike market, or at least my experience with buying a used bike. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll get to the bike first, and then we'll talk about whatever else after that. I originally wanted to buy this bike because, you know, I have cross-country bikes and stuff like that. I wanted something I could jump. I want to hit rocks. I want to hit drop-offs. I want to do all that stuff. I want to have all the fun you can have on an enduro bike. I got this bike for 1,500 bucks. It's aluminum frame. I got SRAM XO derailleur and the SRAM guide brakes, race-based cranks, XD pedal, stuff like that. I know the guide brakes haven't got the best rap with some people. I guess there's like a recall part in the master cylinders. My personal take on the brakes is that they don't feel like other brake manufacturers. That's for sure. They have their own unique kind of feel, but they've stopped for me every time I needed to. The one funny thing that they do is every time you're on the bike, they just feel different. I don't know why, but they just feel different every time. It's hard to explain that, but one time they feel kind of squishy, other times they feel kind of hard, but like I said, never had any issues with them stopping. So initially when I got on this bike, the thing feels big, man. It just feels beefy, like a long top tube, stretched out, raked out front end. It actually felt good. It felt like a really stable platform. I liked it. This is a 29er too, and I've ridden both to 27.5 and the 29, and my personal preference for this frame and this setup is the 29er. Just with it, the feeling of it being a big bike, I think the big wheels complement just the big bike feel well, and you just really feel like you can plow some stuff. Boost spacing, 27.5, I think run 26 if you wanted to, you can run 29, 27.5 plus, you got all those rim options with all that crazy crap that you want to do. I'm going to be looking at other tire options too, because I want to see how wide I can actually get it, because I mean if you can run a plus tire through the frame, you could probably get some pretty beefy tires, and I think Maxxis is making like a 2.4 or 2.5 or something like that. I don't know, again, I gotta check that stuff out, but it's nice to have the option, I guess. I mean, if you're gonna buy a bike, might as well. One thing that I did notice is that the balance of the bike really comes into play a lot more, and as I got in there and started messing with things front and back, I started seeing what the relationship between the front and the rear suspension was on this bike and where I wanted to be in like my neutral riding position. And that took a little bit of time to figure that out. For instance, I use this as an example, but like if I'm at 25% sag front and rear, so if I increase the sag in the front to like 30%, it's gonna decrease the sag in the rear by maybe 5% and bring it up to 20% because the balance is off. I softened up the front, therefore in my neutral riding position, the front end's sitting lower, making the rear end rise up. That is, like I said, that little bit of a relationship you kind of have to figure out. I just weighed it today with pedals, XD, and a water bottle cage. It came in at 32.09 pounds. And that's heavy for a bike, but I'm not gonna lie, you feel it too. It feels like a 32-pound bike, but it could still be a heavy ride bike. You know, your legs are gonna get stronger. That's just how it goes. The online buying experience was, for the most part, good. All in all, I didn't feel like I wasted too much time on crap. People generally do a good job of posting pictures of X, Y, and Z. For a bike that I bought on the internet, like, you know, whatever, I'm really happy with this bike. For the price that I paid and the things that I've had to do, I'm stoked. Conclusion, I like this shit. This thing's good. It's a good bike. Does wheelies. What more do you want from a bike? Does frickin' wheelies.